Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. Why do you love me this much? Why do you love me with such depth, such unshakable strength, such unwavering devotion? Olori Naomi allegedly, breaks down in tears asking the Ooni of Ife. They say, Queen Naomi stood in a royal courtyard, her voice shaking as tears streamed down her cheek, surrounded by royal guard chiefs and nobles in their rich agbadas. Her eyes, searched the crowd until they landed on the Ooni of Ife. They say she came forward, okay? This, I don't know, you understand what's going on. They said that Naomi and Ooni of Ife cannot be seen public, but, in their own small gathering, like the chiefs and others there in the palace, they can be seen together. That was when they say that she came forward, okay? Her light, her covering, she looked radiant, just like, of course, you know how she looks, that she was just there, that she just started crying before the monarch, asking the monarch, you have shown me so much love, my king, she whispered, her voice thick with emotion, and I ask you again, why me? They said the Ooni of Ife watched her, his expression calm and full of, adoration. He said nothing at first, letting her speak from the depth of her heart. You have placed me above everyone else. You have loved me through the darkest season of my life. You lifted me when I had no strength to rise. You believed in me when I was just a whisper in palace full of noise. You covered me with your honor when others wanted me to be disgraced. I come back broken, okay? I came back broken, but you made me whole. They said Naomi cried and cried. They said her word lingered in the air like sweet perfume, and the palace was silent except for the muffled sobs of the royal woman who had, tried for years to be in her place. Women who wore their who wore jealousy like diamond studded caps. They stood, draped in designer gowns, their expensive perfume filling the air. They were just there watching the Oloris. They say Queen Naomi said to the Ooni of Ife, thank you for restoring my dignity. Queen Naomi continued, thank you for giving me a place at your side. Once again, not as a decoration, not as a token, but as your queen, your equal, your chosen. The world saw me walk away. Many said I would never return. They laughed when I turned my back on the crown, not knowing God had planned. But here am I, stronger, wiser, and now crowned not just as queen of the palace, but as an ambassadorial brand queen. They say the palace, in the house, those people who were there, he said the whole place just erupted in applauses just moments before the royal herald has announced that Queen Naomi had secured a global ambassadorial deal with Corona Royal. They said, of course, we all know they say it's a South American luxury beauty empire, making her the first African, royal to be named the face of the brand. They are into traditional stuff, beauty. They use herbs to, to make beauty product. That is a very big one. And the Ooni, he didn't just, stand by and supports it. He orchestrated it. He gave her the very, best, okay? And it was the Ooni of Ife who was supposed to choose one of his queens, but he chose Olori Naomi. Yes, he chose Olori Naomi. They say Naomi cried out there. That I still can't believe it. Naomi said, her hands shaking as she wiped her tears. You gave me your private jet, your London home, and now this, my face is going to be on international billboard. Me, the girl they mock, the woman they call finish. I am here because you stood by me. They say Queen Naomi cried and cried. Her voice cracked as she turned to look at the Ooni once more. You were my light in the dark times of my life. You were my voice when I had none. You helped me when the world tossed me away. I am so grateful, so grateful. They say Oloris, okay, we are just there. some with forced smile, others with, faces turned cold, shifted in discomfort. They had tried to push her out. They had mocked her when she left the palace. They rejoiced when she wasn't around. Now they watch her bask in glory while wrapped in designer gowns that suddenly felt like nothing more than fabric. No title, no influence, no love like hers, okay? This is what God does. At the time where the world wants to push you out, at the time where the world wants to mock you, they don't want to see anything good come from you except mockery. God is always able to show that He is indeed God. And, God has shown that He is indeed God in the life of Olori Naomi. Naomi has been through fire. Naomi has seen so much, but God has been there for her. Who would have told anybody that the same Olori Naomi, Naomi was mocked too. When she came back from, a detention where she wrote that thing and she said her eyes have seen, her ears have heard, it's because of the things that she had done. Our kind, like you and I, there were some who started calling Naomi the Almighty Naomi. Hey, people who are using Naomi's name, people who have been creating content about Naomi from, in fact, days, years before I even got into content creation. They referred to Naomi as the Almighty Naomi. I was stunned. I was shocked. Honestly, but God is faithful. When God says that He will bring you restoration, I don't know who you are and what you're going through today. I want you to know that as long as you believe in God, as long as you believe that God is able to restore you, God is going to restore you. Okay? They said Queen Naomi walked slowly towards the Oni, and as she reached him, he opened his arms. She fell into them, sobbing, not out of pain this time, but out of gratitude. You were made for this. The Ooni of Ife whisper, holding her tightly, and I was made to love you. Chai. They said the sun cast its final golden rays over the palace walls, illuminating the scene like a painting from heaven. Love had won, redemption had spoken, and Queen Naomi, once broken, once ridiculed, now stood as a beacon of grace and favor. All those watching, loyalists, chiefs, jealous Oloris, knew one thing for certain: the Oni's love for Queen Naomi isn't just a passing phase or a king's, indulgence. It's a deep, profound, and sacred. Okay, it's deep, profound, and sacred. This sound of distant drum began to roll again. Palace dancers broke into a celebratory rhythm. Naomi, still in the Oni's arm, looked up at the sky with the final whisper prayer. Thank you for this love, this honor, this new beginning. They say Olori Naomi has shown a lot of appreciation, that she never ever thought that a day like this will come, and it has come. I'm going to bring you more updates. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.